Hey everyone, what's going on? 343 Vlogs here. We're gonna talk history. So I have done some research, and I have been love historic stuff, and I pass by this area all the time, not knowing what the heck it was. Well, I did some research and found out that this building and this tower that I'm going to show you what's on top here in a minute has been here since the late 1940s, early 1950s, back during the Cold War. This is an old AT&T transmission tower that was used for long distance phone calls during the war. So we're going to show you. Now this is here in South Mattoon, Illinois, and the antennas are still up there. That's probably 250 feet, maybe 150 feet up. Let's see if we can zoom in on it up there and show you that the towers are still intact. We're going to kind of walk around to here. All the other, it used to have other satellites on it, but they have since taken those down. So here's a little bit of historic. Something that is in Coles County that's been here since the Cold War. And it's pretty cold outside right now. It's about 30 something out right now. But we are over here just, what's that stuff say? I don't know, check it out. We are over here just a little bit north of Lakeland College. Lakeland College is actually right over there next to the gas station. And this says American College. Some sort of American Towers. Let's see what it says here. If it has any old. All personnel should have, the personnel entering site should be authorized, obey posted signs. Mattoon, Illinois, doesn't have really no trespassing, posted sign required by law. American Tower, site number for leasing. Now, I believe these towers were nuclear at one time, ran by some sort of nuclear power. Yeah. So, pretty cool little artifact. All the power lines are in the shot there, but pretty cool little artifact from the Cold War here in Coles County, Mattoon, Illinois. I think it's pretty cool. I'm a big artifact type deal. I like historic stuff. I think this is cool. I've always wondered what those were. I thought they were big speakers or tornado sirens or something. Nope. They're antennas. They basically transmit. You can see the wire coming out of the bottom there. These are not hooked up anymore. There is a ladder that goes up. All kinds of steel caging. I'm surprised it doesn't have like a strobe light on top of it for airplanes, but it must not be high enough. But very cool little artifact here of Coles County. I'm going to get back a little bit further. You can see the cables coming out of the side of the building there. That means that this tower they're cut, so that means it's no longer in service. Got it all fenced up, chain link around it. I've seen people here on YouTube climb these things and go all the way up there. Not me, not on this cold day. No, thank you. I'll just show you some video and pictures, and that's just cool that's been here since the Cold War. That's pretty awesome. Pretty cool. So the long line system aired from the late 1940s to the early 1980s when these towers were taken out of commission. Or at least the long line system was taken out of commission. Some of these towers now are acting as new antenna sites for different people to put cell tower stuff up on, and antennas and cable and internet and all that stuff. But these sites are really cool. And the cool part is there's 144 of these just in Illinois. I think there are several, I want to say close to 1,000 of these probably scattered out pretty much all over the United States, even down into Mexico and up into Canada. These were used pretty much as a way of communication. They carried TV, phone, internet signals back in the day. They were also used these in the site of a war. They could transmit if there was no power. They could use these, to transmit signal back and forth, to talk to the Allies, or not the Allies, but the battle zones and all that stuff. So these are really cool to see these up still today. A lot of these have been decommissioned, as you're going to see some pictures here. In a little bit, you're going to see that the tower still stands, but what they call horn antennas, which are the antennas there on top, they kind of look like a speaker. Those were actually on little tracks, and they could actually turn those to aim those. And as you can see, there is wire that comes out of a few of these. So a few of these were still connected, and a few of these were not. Now, a lot of these towers you see do not have strobe lights on top of them. And that back in the day was because they didn't want the enemy to know where these towers were to try to take these down. Now, the building you see there on the side, right there, is actually nuclear bomb proof. Basically, it's basically you could get away with getting a bomb dropped on you, and that building would protect you. Is how I take it. Like it's a bomb shelter, basically. And American Towers is the company that owns a lot of these sites now. I've seen a lot of people do videos on YouTube here, and there are a lot of these American Tower signs on these that bought these places, but they are pretty much abandoned. They really don't do anything at all. Now, the days of these towers where a lot of the telegraph and telephone systems, wired systems, were the only option to get communication back and forth. There were a lot of above ground cabling systems back then. There wasn't a whole lot of fiber optic, and there wasn't a whole lot of data cable like we have now. A majority of these, were all over the country. You can see the map here. You can see the routing of where these towers communicated throughout the United States. They're everywhere. There's a lot of them in Missouri, Mississippi's got several. Ohio, Indiana, by Chicago, Iowa has several. We were kind of in the main area of where they did a lot of communications. Now, this is a different kind of long lines tower. It has kind of what I call the horn of plenty antennas on them. But they basically just captured the data and then ran it down that line and into that building that you always see at the bottom of these. Back in the day, as you can see on top of the building, they put them on top of buildings, so they didn't have to erect towers. Some of these towers, were 700-800 feet tall. They could put them on top of buildings and make it a lot easier there. Some of the buildings in Chicago still have them. This is actually on top of a building in Chicago. There's a little bit of tower on top, and then they have these antennas. Now, these antennas, again, like I say, were movable and directional. They were mostly directional. They didn't pick up stuff from the sides. They had to be pointing directly at that screen on the front. So wherever they wanted to transmit, they would turn those. I don't know if they were motorized or if you had to go up and crank something. I do know there is a hand crank to be able to tip them up and down. And a lot of these places are up on hill sites. I do know that a lot of them now, the ones that are really abandoned and destroyed, like this one, is up on a hill. There's a lot of them out in deserts. There are also some of them that are several thousand feet up, just depending on where they are. If they were down in the valley, you need to get them up higher to be able to catch that signal. Now, as you see in this next picture here, here's a tower that they've actually put some extra antennas on, but you can see the squares and the wheels that those used to roll on where those antennas used to sit. And I think that is so cool. And another thing that a lot of these towers were red and white, although the one here in Mattoon is kind of a gray silver color. The red and white represented, so it could be seen for airplanes and stuff, I guess, but it also kind of represented what it was for. But I think these are very cool towers, and just something cool to look back and be like, hey, this was back during the Cold War that these were used. I can't believe that there's one of these in my area. And if you look around online, you might be able to find one in your area. Now, as technology evolved by the mid to early 1970s, these long line towers were pretty much taken out of service. As fiber optic was introduced and all the high-tech stuff we have, a lot of these towers were just abandoned and not used. Like, you see the big towers and they're still there as a representation as how far this world has come. And I think these are very cool towers. They're all over. You can go online, look up these deals. You can pick people that's taking pictures of these in the area. You can see how many they are in your area. They're very cool. Even some people like Verizon and US Cellular and all that, and Mediacom and all them have actually taken these towers and putting their receivers up on them. And they've bought, people that own these, they can sell space on there because the towers are still pretty good shape. But I really think they're very cool. When I look back at them, I'm just like, these were used in the Cold War. I like history. I drive by the one in Mattoon all the time, driving up and down that road. It's very cool to see these. But I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about history, about the Cold War, about the line towers, the AT&T long line towers that they had. It's very cool. If you have any cool thoughts or videos you would like me to check out about the long line towers, please drop those in the comments. I would be happy to check those out. And again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I've got some really cool stuff planned for this channel, historic-wise, for the vlog parts here, so stay tuned. I'm going to try to go find some more cool historic stuff to do videos on. There's always also awesome product reviews here on the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, get your notification bells turned on, and always drop a like on the video because that helps get these videos out for other people to see them. So with all that being said, I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic rest of your day. We'll catch you in the next one. Lots more to come.